Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that will work together towards a common goal. We also pray for wisdom for the leaders, that integrity, wisdom, and vision for the party will be the one that will inform the decisions and benefit the party and the nation. We pray for protection and adversity. That, Lord, let your hand be so strong upon your people that at the end of it all, we'll have a cause to say it is you that has done it. We pray that as the party is being launched, we will have positive impact over the nation, the people, decisions that we'll be making. Lord, let there be hope, unity, and progress among your citizens. This we ask for. And we also pray that there will be effective communication, that as the media carries these broadcasts, there will be the people that will receive, will be well informed and make a good decision. We also ask for your favor upon the party and your blessings. Even in Jesus' mighty name, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Also for one of him, let's give it up to him. Now that we have been ushered into an arm of prayer, it means we are ready to go. And without much ado, I will be introducing the interim national chairman of this great party. Remember that we are now to unveil the party. So as we speak, you may have seen any name. We have not given you a name. Maybe you came here and saw a name here. That does not mean that is the name of the party. If there is any reporter here who wants to be fast and have started throwing breaking news, your breaking news may be broken news, because we have not told you anything. You have to listen to it from us. We have to give you the information for you to broadcast that indeed that is the name of the party. To show the Ghanaian and the members of the general public and also people across the world that we mean business as a new party that is coming, as a political party, that is not going to be like other political parties, for which reason we have been taken ransom by two political parties in this country, and here I'm talking about the NPP and NDC. The national chairman of this interim party exemplifies, embodies truth, honesty, an astute politician, someone who is forward-looking, someone that is acceptable by every Ghanaian. And it's the reason that this gentleman has held two portfolios as a member of parliament. In fact, he has been a member of parliament for two different regions. First, as a member of parliament for the people of Salaga in the then northern region, now Savannah region. And because of dint of hard work, credibility, honesty, he was able to transition from Salaga and became the member of parliament for the people of Medina. This feat could only be achieved by few people, and has held various cabinet positions, portfolios in this country, and is a revered person when you go to our various Muslim communities. Here I'm talking about no other person than the Honorable Boniface Abubakar Sadiq. He is the interim national chairman of the party, and so clearly, the name, I'm sure, has sent some shivers down the spines of many. And I believe that if we were even going to do the comparative analysis in analyzing various national chairmen, clearly you would understand that our party has come to stay, and our party is not going to behave as the other parties. I would, at this stage, call on the welcome the chairman to the podium to give us his welcome address. Put your hands together for the chairman.
Director of Communications, thank you very much for this wonderful introduction. I'm Abubakar Sadiq Boniface, the interim chairman of the new party we're going to unveil to you today. Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, my leader, I won't mention his name. Good morning and welcome to this special event. Today, we present to you the United Party, or UP+. Additionally, you may call it 2.0+. We will be telling you, and I believe ourselves, that this party has come to resurrect the old bones in the aged who know much about UP. The UP Plus received its provisional certificate on the 3rd day of October 2025. Today we announce with enormous pride our arrival on the political scene of our beloved country. Every seed will germinate. But what I want to tell you is that when you sow a seed, it has to rot before it germinates. We have come from different walks of life. Every political party in this country will trace its roots to the Aborigines' rights protection movement, through to where? UGCC. UGCC gave birth to CPP. UP, which I'll be coming on, was produced and given birth singularly by Santehene and Bafo, Ochiame Bafo Akuto. Bafo Akuto was CPP, but today we are priding of being UP, and I'll give you the details. The UP Plus, as a political organization meant to bring real change to governance, we will make a difference because of our focus on universal values and respect for leadership of competence. We are not just taking people to lead us, but people who are credible, competent, and have a vision. These are the people who merit such positions. Ladies and gentlemen, the initial United Party of Ghana was once made up of at least 7 political parties, if you remember. I believe there are people who have forgotten of history, either oral, if you have a grandparent or a mom who lived through independence to date, will tell you those political parties. We had NLM, Muslim Association Party. We had Anglo Youth Movement. We had Transvolta Congress. Is that it? And then we had others on the peripheries, like the Fanti Confederacy and so on. About 7 parties came together. And at the end of the day, they formed what we call United Party. So, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, chiefs, farmers, businessmen came together to help consolidate the United Party. Nobody can claim absolute control. I'm always confused when I hear that others talk about Dankwa, Dombo, Buzia. You are talking of tripartite, but this is 7 teams that came together. Have you forgotten of Ayeke? Have you forgotten of SG Anto? Have you forgotten of Modestu Sapalu, Amadou Baba, Baba Ladan, Chiroma, and the rest? When you come, you talk of 3. Is that right? No. So please, we have come together that the rejected stone will always become what? Cornerstone of the foundation. We were sacked, but today they claim they are giving us amnesty. What does amnesty mean? What crime has our new leader committed? What crime did I commit in MPP for you to sack me? And today you are telling me you are giving me amnesty. No way. No way. When you divorce in Islam, when you divorce a woman 3 times, she's no longer your wife till thy kingdom come. I consider myself, I consider people like Baba Alaji in the Islamic fraternity have been sacked. We don't belong to anybody. We came and contributed. Ghana first. We believe in Ghana and nothing else. Our members include people, renowned people in this country. Some were members of parliament, cabinet ministers, some from NDC, some from MPP, PNC. Today they have come together to form what we call a united party. If they had forgotten, the UP was inaugurated when? 3rd November 1957, when Kwame Nkrumah was introducing what we call ADA, Avoidance of the Discrimination Act. This was where Otunfo called Okyeame Bafo Akoto and said, look, gentlemen, Kwame Nkrumah is saying that by December, if any party formed based on religion, ethnicity, regionalism, that party will be banned by 31st December 1957. So you see, people are born being smarter than people who think they are in positions. Bafo Akoto was CPP, but by the instructions of Asante Hene, he quickly moved around the whole country, pulled all the parties together, and then they came and formed a party called UP, United Party, because it was broad-based. It was no longer religion. It was no longer tribal, ethnicity, or regionalism. So this is what our new party is about. We believe in the old values, the core values that help to establish UP. But those core values have diminished. People now want to be authoritative, authoritarians, and therefore when they lead a party, they think the party belongs to them. They forget that party is formed by the people. When you talk of democracy, you talk of what? Is it a party of the people, for the people, and of the people? Is that not so? But if you claim a party for you and you are a dictator, then the party belongs to you and your room. Parties die because of such things. Please, ladies and gentlemen, in 1969, another group, the Progress Party, PP, had adopted these values, the old values, the good socialization values. Though the personalities and associations of some of the constituent members of the United Party had changed. In 1969, it was Busia, if you remember. Busia was overthrown. Later in 79, when the dispensation was given to start new political parties, another party emerged. And this is from the line, the lineage of UP, and that was Popular Front Party. Unfortunately, you see, sometimes our lives are such that we have too much envy. When it comes to leadership, people want to suppress you. They will press you, suppress you, and by subversion, they want to destroy you. So in 79, when it came clear that this was the time, I'm sure they had forgotten, that was the time they even destroyed the tripartite, the Dankwa Dombo Busia. When it was the time of Victor Usu, another group within the family broke away and formed what we call UNC. So in Ghana, anything that happens, you have to cast your mind to the past. Don't just conclude. It doesn't happen for nothing. And so, unfortunately, Victor Usu lost because UNC had broken off and then decided to go secretly with PNP, People's National Party. That is Dr. Liban's party. Ladies and gentlemen, the essence of this story is today to say that no single group or group of persons in an identified political party can claim or lay absolute claim either to a historical name or set of political values developed over time. Ghana's political history is full of personalities and new groups of mixing, coming together and separating along the ideological lines of left, right, or center. We are centrists. We believe in the good things of the right, good things of the left. We bring it to the center and present it to Ghanaians and make Ghana a better place to stay. Before UP+, some of us were in MPP, some of us were in NDC, some CPP, PNC, and others of different political persuasions. Either your father was CPP, but today you are in MPP. Your father was NDC, today you are MPP. I started my political career as independent, metamorphosed into MPP. Today, I'm UP. I believe in that because I believe in special values, integrity, good vision, honesty, and good character. We have a problem in this country because of exclusion, not inclusion. When you are a good player, your coach thinks that you will be richer than him because you'll be bought as a good professional player. They will sideline you. This is what is happening in Ghana politics. Not until our leaders become honest, God-fearing, to serve Ghana, worship Ghana, we will never go forward. Before, some of us were MPP and NDC, some CPP, PNC, and others different political persuasion. For the 2024 elections, we established Movement for Change, which later expanded into strategic electoral partnership called Alliance for Revolutionary Change, which included members from both left and right of the political spectrum. Therefore, we of the UP+ have adopted the best of the values and principles of the early UP, many of which are now taken for granted as constitutional rights. But we have also enhanced them based on our diverse experiences of governance in Ghana. We are a center party, the centrists. Pragmatism is our watchword. We have to be very objective in whatever we are doing. We adopt workable policies, driving private enterprise for growth, whilst protecting social development. We balance our priorities and ensure the best interests of Ghana at all times. We are big on integrity, discipline, mindsets, and behavioral change. That is UP. The interim leadership of UP+ brings together decades of top quality public service experience in both elected and appointed office, private sector, and organized civil society, local and international. So this party is not just coming out or thinking somebody is saying that we want to break their party or out of frustration. No. We sat down, thought very well, reflected, expanded our watch, and finally came together to come up with this party. Ghana is our motherland, and we want to save Ghana. This solid experience blends with youth who have fresh energy. This party is for the youth and women. You know, man, like we once said, you and I wouldn't have been surviving if Eve had not entrapped Adam. You know that? You are well dressed, handsome, beautiful. Like today, we'll have been naked. But Adam, our mother, our grandmother, Hawa, decided to test our grandfather. Today, from that time, it told us that there is a need for a change in man's life. You go through a process. It's not just an event. So this is where we are. At any point in time, you need to look back to where you come at your present date and then reflect. Am I going forward or am I going backwards? If it's backwards, please, then you change your direction. And we believe that no one is static in a party. No one has been born to be placed in one party. No. Your interest is to change wherever you live and make it comfortable and conducive for people to live in. Also, we aim at working together with the most competent national talent and assets for the benefit of Ghana. Our government will always be one based on national unity. Unity of ideas, unity of resources, and unity in the sharing of benefits. When you finish working, you have to enjoy the fruits of your sweat. But we'll do that genuinely, equitably, so that everybody will know that what I get is what I deserve. Don't behave like the three thieves, where they went with one small boy, they stole the goat, and then after stealing the goat, they told the small boy to go and fetch water. They finished dressing the goat, they shared it. There were two big ones and one small one. So the small boy said, the one going to take this small one, the whole world will hear that this goat was stolen. That is where we want a new generation, a new crop of people with sincerity, being God-fearing. Honest, we have come to serve Ghana. We should do the right thing so that Ghana will regain its name. That is the UP for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on this note that I welcome you to the adoring of the UP+. I urge you to take on the duty of informing voters that the UP+ exists as a viable alternative with spaces and opportunities beyond MPP and NDC. The two parties have excluded some of our best talents with narrow doors, closed with underhand tactics. We will educate the public that UP+ is different, with open doors, welcoming merit, and prepared to work with everybody. This party is a unique party. No discrimination, no tribalism. You know, no, you don't come from my region. I don't come from the same region with you. So this guy, sideline him. We are people with coming from one nation, one destiny. So we are one people. Never to discriminate. If you're an Akan or Ashanti, precise, I'm Gunja Hausa, I'm Nkonya, I'm Kweu. We are all the same. Sometimes I find it difficult to even express my ethnicity or my tribe. Because as I stand here, I have 9 blood in me. Oh yes, I have Scottish blood. I have Fanti blood. I have Kweu blood. I have Ashanti blood. I have Gunja blood. I have Hausa blood. I have Grushi blood. I have Chumbulu blood. So you see, I speak all those languages. It's not being concocted. It's true. Those who know me, I speak in Konya. Those who speak in Konya, try me. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is something you should reflect. Indeed, nearly 2 million persons refused to vote in the last elections. They were prepared to risk their lives. Some of you were part of it. To risk your life in opposition. Is that not so? Because they preferred a better leadership. Ghana, and I repeat, Ghana, we have no problem. Ghana has no problem. We have a leadership crisis. We need people, when we talk of leadership, somebody who will lead, a transformational leader, a transactional leader, a servant leader, charismatic leader. When he appears, I'm not just trying to sell Alan as my leader and will be no, he has to justify when the time comes. But the point is that when you find certain leaders, nobody tells you that this is a leader. Handsome, tall, broad. What again? I mean, there are certain representations when you take for somebody to come and represent your country. How do you feel? I won't go there, but at least how do you feel? So, so some of you risked your lives. Some of you were at the verge of being attacked, killed, wounded, just because you had ceded off to support Alan. I know some were beaten, attacked in the night. Some even had their houses burnt. But yes, blocked. But ladies and gentlemen, for anything good, you take a risk for greater return of what? Return. Whatever you have lost, we pray, inshallah, God will replenish it. Will replenish it and then go forward. Others argue that the two parties who have been involved or involving in and out of government have both failed. It's not me who is saying it. Look, when you keep eating one food all the time, there's a day you have a problem with your wife. I take TZ, I take fufu, but continuously rice. Don't you think one day you'll be fed up? You are a foul. So it is very, very important. We have been stuck to the duopoly system in Ghana. We are not taking any benefit, but at least at the end of the day, we need to come up with an alternative system. All governments have failed. It was only one person I can remember who attempted it and did it, and that was President Kufuor. Positive inclusion. That's how I joined MPP. Because he invited us, and myself and the late Rashid Bao, my cousin, and we joined him. We came as independent. But when we came home and realized that that place was so conducive, can receive visitors, we decided to give the best out of ourselves to support MPP. But today, I say it doesn't exist. When you come, we were ho. It's a jargon being used. So, inclusive governance and sustainable development, you need people. Ghanaians are yearning for it. Thank you. Okay. So we talk of a party and leadership that we can trust. Ghana, there are people in those parties, those duopoly, they don't trust, they are only there because they have no place to go. But who will give them a refuge? They should come. These forward-thinking voters, many quite youthful and independent-minded, are deeply concerned about prioritizing national interests, resolving unemployment, and empowering the ordinary Ghanaian to live a life of reasonable prosperity. Right now, everything we have in this country, we should not say we are poor. Why is our water bodies destroyed? Every corner of Ghana you go, there's gold. We have bauxite, we have diamond, we have manganese, we have cobalt, we have lithium, you have iron. Tell me everything, but you need a single person who has foresight, who can bring all these things together and transform them into a more productive asset that will change the condition of you and I. The United Party is here to meet those aspirations. We invite you, the media, and all of the civil society to work with us to refresh our democracy and lead ourselves into a new era of inclusive prosperity founded on what? Integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having patience for me. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can do it better. Let's do it once more for it. Now, as media personnel, you have the name. The name is what? United Party. UP, 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 oh say yeah! UP, 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 oh say yeah! UP, UP, yeah! Now listen to me. When I shout UP, you say Ghana first. UP. Then the second one is UP, Party Papa, UP, UP. Then the third one is UP, Ghana shall rise again. UP, Ghana, UP. So let's do it once more. The first one is UP, Ghana first. It's very important. Whatever we are doing here to the media men and women, we have time with destiny. This is not going to be the usual political party. This is redemption time. This is a surgical operation to save this country. So nothing we are doing here must be taken on a lighter note. Take it into your spirit. Look at the unborn generations that we will affect. And let today be the turning point, the defining moment. So let's go again. UP. 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 Fantastic. Thank you very much. And then you may resume your seat. So we have to quickly acknowledge some personalities in the house and other organizations before we continue. You are already in the know that Mr. Alan Chamati, that the Honorable Alan Chamati is in the house. And behind every successful man, they say there is a woman. Just that behind every successful woman, they don't say there is a man. But you would acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Christabel Chamati. And this program is so dear to the hearts of many Ghanaians. Ghanaians have been yearning for this day. So we also have in our midst the Christian Council of Ghana, fully represented. If you are here, you can show your hands. Our compatriots in the struggle to restore parity in this country, the Fix the Country movement, are also here. I hope you will join us to fix in this country using the vehicle of UP. The Trade Union Congress is fully represented. Guta, this party must be for you. Guta must adopt this party because this party is coming for the enterprise. So Guta is also fully represented. The Ghana Pentecostal Council is also here. Election World Ghana is fully represented. And our people, my people, the ghetto movement, that's where I believe. The ghetto movement, give it up to the ghetto movement. And you for change, as and when we receive the names, we would acknowledge it appropriately. Without wasting my time, because you are racing up against time, let me invite the chief scribe, the interim chief scribe, the manager of this party, the one and only, the former member of Parliament for the people of Adentan, the man who the former vice president sponsored the in-law to take him out of office, whereas the in-law belongs to the National Democratic Congress. This matter will be discussed later. Let's welcome the Honorable Yao Boabila Samoa.
Thank you very much. Communications Director and spokesperson. You will discuss the matter later on my behalf. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to add my voice of welcome to that which was delivered by the National Chairman. I am the Interim General Secretary of the United Party, and proudly so. Today is indeed a historic day. We are launching the United Party in the strong belief that it is needed urgently to fill a yawning gap in our political ecosystem. That gap is for a leadership we can trust. It is a gap for inclusion in decision-making and impactful economic and other resource management. And above all, a gap of integrity that we need to fill urgently with effective enforcement. When we are able to bring trust back, transform the decades-old economic structure to meet our needs and instill respect for integrity as the normal course and conduct of life in Ghana, the United Party would indeed be helping to enrich democracy in Ghana. And that is exactly what we are going to do. The UP is also here to unite Ghana. The motto of the UP, as you've heard already, is Ghana First. And let's say it again, Ghana First. Again with me, Ghana First. Everything we do as a nation must focus on lifting the name of the country high and above conflicting individual interests. Conflicts of interest about our direction as a country tend to dissipate our resources, build debt, and that debt goes ahead of us for generations, depriving the future of the resources needed to actually invest in the country. The UP wants a Ghana that includes everybody, regardless of tribe, gender, status, or political standing. Competence to move Ghana forward must be our watchword. The UP will offer all of us a government of national unity. Ladies and gentlemen, the word we used debate was long. The word we said Ghanaian political voters couldn't wrap their minds around it. But it is the word that is most needed in this country at this time. And that is the word UP stands on: transformation. United Party is about transformation. Total transformation of our political system, transformational leadership, transformational policies, and transformation of our national mindset from cannot do to can do. This explains why we have retained the monarch butterfly. I'm standing right in front of the monarch butterfly as our party logo to symbolize transformation. Some thought it would not last. It's actually going to outlive them. Those who said the Afro-Franto was feeble, it will fly away and will not come back. Today, the Afro-Franto is going to outlast them in the United Party. So we aim to be the alternative to the duopoly, which is driving winner takes all and creating exclusion in public life. Of course, it is true that the Fourth Republican Constitution of 1992 has helped to stabilize politics in Ghana. No more military politics. So we are happy. But indirectly, it has also created the duopoly, two big parties who are being empowered by the nature of our constitution. The result is that these two parties have no respect for the rest of the population. They assume power is theirs by right because access to executive authority has become a revolving door. One enters, and when his time is up, he steps out and the other follows. So with no fear of challenge, they recycle tired old policies under new names, refuse to respond to the people, foster corruption, and in between elections, they banter amongst themselves. Since the election, how much have you heard discussed that is policy that will affect you? The only policy discussion that will affect you, Galamsey, has become a back and forth. You did more than I did. You let me do some before we do it. You did more than I did. It has nothing to do with you. The 500,000 youth who are coming out of our system every year. No policy since the election has generated anything to do with their futures. The UP, therefore, is a viable choice for governance. Everything about the party is designed to meet the needs of the silent majority of Ghanaians who register with the EC but do not bother to vote. The UP offers relief to the near 2 million voters who refused in the last 2024 election to come out, accepting being in opposition rather than helping a poor leadership with power. That is how desperate the situation is. People would rather go in opposition than support a leadership with no trust. So the UP offers a choice to all the disappointed voters on all sides who have lost hope after participating in several elections whilst working for MPP and DC. The UP is there for floating and independent voters. The UP is for grassroots activists and foot soldiers. It is for youth, women, students, and the physically challenged. The UP is for all of us. Friends of the media, to ensure ownership by the broad masses, membership and leadership of the UP is open to all. The executive who have been mentioned here are all interim executives. So we are going to hold elections, and you are going to contest for the various positions across the country. And we have many, many positions to fill across the country. The Constitution, though, that when you become a member, we point you in a direction platform for establishing that economy can be found in the GTP, which is available all over. The GTP, for example, seeks to empower artisans and traders with viable credit through a specialist traders bank. And we all remember when then independent presidential candidate Alan Kyerematen spoke about a traders bank, some competing duopoly parties quickly also started talking about different types of banks. And then when power came, I don't remember the last time anybody heard traders bank anywhere. In fact, the budget provided a little money in the pretense of a bank. Since then, the terminology has disappeared. As for the UP, we believe that policy can elevate the huge informal sector of our economy, benefiting especially women who are in the majority voter range, replacing their current systems of crude, susu, unstable, with the traders bank. And it's not going to be a normal bank. It is well conceptualized. It is one of our policies. We are coming to power and we will implement it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about inclusion. Inclusion simply means being part of the process. And it has to be engineered, because otherwise those with power will exclude you. So the United Party has made proposals for constitutional change that will engineer inclusion and bring all of us on board, so that when they are taking decisions about what to do for our gold, we too will sit there some. When they are taking decisions about borrowing money from IMF, we too will sit there and take part in those decision makings. So we are saying that the first problem is winner takes all. Why and how is the winner takes all coming up? The Constitution has an article, 63.4 and 63.5, which says that whenever there is an election, you must get 50 plus 1% before you win, correct? And that if nobody gets 50 plus 1, there must be a runoff. So when you have an election, there's a runoff. What happens is that the bigger party who is ahead will come and see smaller parties, collect their support and their vote, and go and deliver 50 plus 1, after which they will go into government alone and leave the people who help them. And then they will go and get strong and powerful and fat in government, and smaller parties struggle. And who are in the smaller parties? The people who can really contribute, because the two parties, you can't enter. So many people who can contribute are left out of the cycle. You just can't enter. There's monocracy, there's mafia, there's manipulation. You just can't enter. So if you have the brains and you are in a smaller party, as long as Article 63, 4, and 5 are there, it will only continue to empower the bigger parties. So UP is saying that we have presented the Constitution review to amend Article 63, 4, and 5 and remove the requirement for runoff. So that if we have an election, on the first ballot, you are successful, you get 50 plus 1, happy birthday, you are in charge of the government. But if you get 47%, we will not go for a runoff. We will ask you to combine smaller parties to yours until you get 50 plus 1. It's called power sharing. That is what will empower smaller parties. So if the review commission puts that before you and all of you vote for it, what it means is that in the next government, the UP will be sharing power, whichever government didn't get 50 plus 1. And once you are in government, that is when you can contribute the positive policies that will transform the lives of the people who believe in the leadership. As I said, a leadership we can trust. The second major intervention we are asking of the Constitution Review Commission is to abolish the Council of State. As it is, we don't think it's serving the interests of Ghanaians. We want to replace it with a second chamber made up of all of us, non-political people. So we want a council, a second chamber where there will be farmers, there will be fishermen, there will be traders, there will be artisans, there will be drivers, there will be nurses, there will be doctors, there will be academics, there will be students, there will be religious leaders, everybody else. So that together, from Parliament, the things will come to the second chamber, and we too, we can have a look to see what is going on, without having to go on a political platform to be elected. It is very well structured, and it will bring everybody on board decision-making in Ghana. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the United Party may be new because we got our certificate 3rd October 2025. But we are old because our values are old, our philosophy is strong, proven and tested as a centrist party, operating from the center, and our understanding of governance is deep because the leadership have amongst them decades and decades and decades of experience in governance, as has been told you. So, UP, our values include decentralization, believe in the private sector. That's why I want to build an enterprise economy, and investment in nation building. We will provide transformational leadership. Through UP, Ghana will be transformed by Ghanaians for the benefit of Ghanaians. Ghana will rise again. Thank you.
We can do better. UP. My interim chairman made reference to UP Plus. What he was addressing your mind to was the fact that even an iPhone, you can have iPhone 13 and iPhone 13 Plus. The Plus or Pro Max is an enhanced version of the iPhone 13. This political party is an enhanced version of any political party that you have in this country. Give it up to us, for what is going to happen is beyond comprehension and human imagination. As a matter of fact, I acknowledge some civil society organizations. Let me also put it on record that we invited political parties into this program. We are happy to learn that we have the General Secretary of the Convention People's Party in the house. Let's give it to you. They are a forward-looking party that will be looking forward to work with them closely to liberate this country. Let's enjoy some musical interlude, and after that we invite onto the podium our founder, our leader, the man that many believes in him, including myself, the man that we will fight till he gets there. Make no mistake, whatever we are doing is not a fluke. People might have come to you because of money. We don't do politics because of money. We do politics based on what? Conviction. The word is what? Conviction. To every Ghanaian that wants to join this political party, if your aim or objective or view is money, please, this is the wrong place for you. It is this money business that has led the political party to be collecting 46 billion as a filing fee. Billion, no 46. Now the Yekoto Azerbaijan. We are not going to do that. That is why you find Galamseyers investing in our body politic, so that when you win power and you want to fight against the canker, you are unable to, because they invested in you. So you also, DJ, let it flow.
United we shall stand, united we shall win. United, united, united we shall stand. For Ghana we shall fight, for progress we shall strive. United, united, united we shall fight. In victory we shall march, in faith believe and hope. United, united, united we shall march. United we shall stand, united we shall win. United, united, united we shall stand. United, united, united we shall stand. United we shall
I'm sure you didn't hear the good sound. You can do better than that. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. So, you heard the anthem right. What was just played? DJ, kindly play it again, because that is the United Party anthem. That's right, it's okay. I just wanted the first stanza. It's okay. Yes.
United we shall stand.
That's it.
United we shall win. United, united, united we shall stand. For Ghana we shall fight, for progress we shall strive. United,
All united, united
we shall fight.
we.
In victory we shall march, in faith believe and hope. United, united, united we shall march.
Thank you very much.
United we shall stand, united we shall win. United, united, united we shall stand. United, united, united we shall stand.
Whoa, 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 give it up.
United we shall stand.
Yes, so without much ado, we are running out of time. We have gotten to a very important part of the program where I introduce to you the founder and the interim leader of the United Party, a party that is going to take the political landscape by storm. You may know him, but until I announce to you, you cannot assume. And so, with a hand of clap offering, Let's welcome on stage the man that the world wanted him to be our trade boss, the former Minister of Trade and Industry, the special one, the Alanite, the cashman to the podium. Thank you.
Oh, please sit, please sit. With the excellent remarks by our interim national chairman and then our interim general secretary, I don't think I really need to feed you again with another speech, else you may run into indigestion. But, today, we are ushering a new era, a new dawn in Ghanaian politics. A new dawn that will end the divisiveness, acrimony, and rancor in politics in Ghana. A new dawn that will also end the duopoly in Ghanaian politics by offering Ghanaians a credible alternative and eliminate the culture of winner takes all. A new dawn that will bring about economic transformation which will translate into massive job opportunities, usher in a golden age of business, and also create prosperity for our country, Ghana. A new dawn that will mobilize the collective strengths and talents of all Ghanaians for national development, irrespective of age, ethnicity, religion, or political affiliation. A new dawn that will promote accountable and transparent governance and introduce a policy of zero tolerance for corruption. A new dawn that will at least protect the environment and promote sustainable development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is what underpins the establishment of the United Party. The UP, as you've been told, is a broad-based, and every word here is pregnant with meaning. The UP is a broad-based, that's number one. It is a center or centrist party, two. And then it seeks to build a united Ghana. And number four, accelerate the economic and social transformation of our country. Number six, by mobilizing the collective strengths and talents of all Ghanaians. If Ghana, all of us as an army, then we are marching on half strength. Because some of our best talents have been excluded from governance and from politics because of the nature and character of our politics. And I want to introduce a new culture of politics in Ghana. It is not enough for people to keep on saying that that's how politics is. No, that's not how politics is. We Ghanaians are decent people and want to make sure that we bring decency into our politics. This is what we are looking for as the United Party. But what is our vision? I'm not even sure what our two big parties, what their vision is. I've not quite heard them articulating their vision. You see, what a vision does is to articulate the aspiration. What is the overarching goal that you are looking for? How are people going to measure you? So if you say that my vision is to become the richest man, then that is your aspiration. That is your goal. And so if by the certain date you are not the richest man, it means you have failed. So articulating a vision is very important. And this is a fundamental problem in Ghana. Do you recall any party that has articulated to you a clear, concise vision by which we can measure their performance? We want to change the dynamics. The vision of the United Party is to make Ghana the economic powerhouse of Africa by 2040. by 2040. And that is what we call Vision 2040. And we are branding this as the Paradise Project. So by 2040, if the people of Ghana, by the grace of God, install us in power, then we promise them that by 2040, Ghana will become a paradise. Now, you may articulate your vision, but what is it that you are going to do to realize your vision? That is what your mission is. And our mission as a party is to build one, a united, peaceful, secure, and prosperous country. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if you are divided? No. Can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if there's no peace in your country? No. Can you become the powerhouse if you are not secure as a nation? No. And this, together with prosperity, is what would make us the economic powerhouse. And also, our mission is to provide equal opportunity for all Ghanaians, not for some, but for all Ghanaians. What we have been witnessing since independence is that the opportunities are open for only a few people. The United Party is going to change that dynamics in Ghanaian politics. And it is to provide the opportunity for every Ghanaian to realize their full potential. If you want to become a carpenter, want to become the best carpenter in Ghana. If you are an electrician, we want you to become the best electrician. If you are a doctor, we want you to excel and become the best doctor in Africa by 2040. And the icing on the cake is that we want particularly the youth and the women and the vulnerable of our society. We want to focus on them. Ladies and gentlemen, the soul and strength of every political organization is anchored on its values. Say, uni esuna uni ebaya, you are nobody. You will become rich, but then if you don't have values, then nobody respects you. And so, your value system as a political organization, for me, is your anchor. And that is why we have defined clearly our value system. And I want you to listen to this very carefully. Because we've opened our party, we've opened our doors to every Ghanaian. But if you join this party, you must understand that at all levels of our national endeavor, it's not just for the president. Ethical leadership and integrity is not just for the president. If you are a constituency chairman, you are a leader. And so you have to exhibit ethical leadership. If you are a police station chairman, are you not the leader of your police station? So we want you to exhibit that kind of leadership. Number two, we want to introduce a culture of discipline in all aspects of national life. We are very indisciplined. If a function is supposed to start at 10, they assume that everybody will be late. So we should come at 11 o'clock. Now, if you go to Germany, right from the time where you go to kindergarten, they let you understand that if school starts at 7 o'clock, by 5 to 7, you are hovering around. 7 o'clock, they drop you off. Not 7:30 or 8 o'clock. We need to introduce discipline. 3, we want to ensure that we enforce laws. And our core value is to enforce the laws and law and order in our country. Number 4, we want to promote meritocracy. Sometimes you wonder, so how did this man get into this position? How? And somehow he has maneuvered to become a big man in society. That is not meritocracy. It is something else. And we want to promote that. And also have a passion for excellence. Even in our homes. If you strive for excellence, that's what hard dodo. Is that not our culture here? No, but how can you become the economic powerhouse of Africa if you don't have a passion for excellence? Look at all the great countries of this world. And I don't want to mention names. It is clear that people strive for excellence. In Ghana, is that our culture? Your baby no answer or yeko, and people celebrate it, you know. But to introduce a new culture. Now, ensure tolerance for diversity of opinions and introduce decent language in our public discourse. That is one of our core values. Are you happy with the kind of language that we use in our media and on the air? Are you happy with that? Because nobody has shown us and given us direction that it is not right to be insulting people just because you have a different opinion. Number 6, we want to instill patriotism amongst Ghanaians at all times and promote the interests of Ghana and you are thinking about your own individual interests. Number 7, we want to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of the Ghanaian. What makes Ghanaians different is because of that spirit. But our politics has dampened that spirit in us. You need a new party that will unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of Ghanaians. Number 8, we want to promote free speech and freedom of association. This is one of the core values of the old UP. That is why we are talking about UP. But it is UP plus. Because we've gone beyond even the values of the old UP. That is why we call ourselves UP plus. We want to fight against dictatorship, oppression, and subversion of human rights. I think it speaks for itself. If your husband is oppressing you, in the house, is this something that you should be proud of? Or if your wife is oppressing you, that's out in the council. So when you go to work and you cannot give off your best, check what is happening at home. Somebody is being oppressed, either the man or the woman. So you cannot give off your best. Fellow countrymen and women, as you've been told by earlier speakers, my colleagues, the formation of the United Party is a transition from the movement for change. The movement of change. People were fighting to death to get our T-shirts. Is that not something that you should be reflecting on? We didn't have money to pay to anybody. The big parties were there distributing money, and nobody was taking their T-shirts. But people were fighting for the yellow T-shirts. Even as of now, you go around, people are wearing a T-shirt. Not only in Ghana, abroad. So there's something mystical and magical about that. So people will come and ask, so how is it that you got the votes that you got? People ask. We have not talked about it. We will talk about it in good time. Because if you deny 95% of our polling agents around the country the vote, how many votes do you want to be able to get? After 5 o'clock, we are all sitting, waiting to hear the results. And people calling from all over the country. Hey, Maza, Major Police Station. Ya tu abaye kan wie no. Ya si anya 0. Enti dia meme tu e na kwan. It is many of our people don't even need to be in politics. But they want to prove a point. It's only ethical leadership and integrity that can turn our country around. You've also been told that our values are based on the original UP tradition. But we have moved on further to become what we call a centrist party in the middle. We bring everybody together. Fellow countrymen and women, the great transformational plan which we developed under the Movement for Change and which has been widely acknowledged all over the world, if you get the chance to read the GTP, you make sure that the United Party becomes the next government in Ghana. Because we think about Ghana first, that is why after the elections, in spite of all that happened, which I've explained to you, I've only opened the lid a little bit. In spite of that, because we believe in Ghana first,